Davis in for the faceoff. Wins it back to Miller. Miller sends it around the boards. Dunnigan sends it back to Davis. Davis brings it through the faceoff circle. Drops back to Davis. Davis walks it up. Shot goes wide into the corner. Jennings sends it back to Davis. Davis has Dunnigan in the front. Tries to hit him. Gets picked off. Another shot, though, from looks like Jennings. Hits the post and goes wide. Martin, shot. Tipped down. Ends up going wide. Jennings goes in and gets tripped up. Davis keeps him pinned along the boards. Dunnigan comes in on the defensive side. Puck loose. Martin pulls it out and gets a shot off. Sent wide by the goalie, and the Knights send it around the boards. Picked up by Miller. Davis picks it up, sends it back to Miller. Miller has it at the goal line. Davis has it at the goal line, gets hit. Davis trying to field it from the ground, comes out to Miller, couldn't hold on to it, and puck's going to come back the other direction. No icing. As Martin brings it up to Davis. Davis trying to send it out to Jennings. Martin brings it up himself as the Gales go for a change. Pulls it. Sends it over to Marsh. Shot. Loose out front. Swanson with stick lift in the corner as the Gales complete the change. Puck come back out to the blue line. Held in by O'Hara as he chips it in. Back to the goal. Into the corner. Spancic sends it around to Marsh. Couldn't get there in time. Floats back out to Evan Davis. Evan Davis, shot. Hits a player and goes wide. Send it back around again. Gets around Davis. And O'Hara will back check to sweep that up. He's got Spancic. Spancic stepped one direction, the puck went the other. It's going to be a nice thing coming on back. Tritton, Johnson, Creel in there with Posner and Baldy. Cash brings it up. Couldn't hold on to it. Picked up by a Cash. And Cash sends it in deep. And the boys are going to get to work. Chipped up and into the neutral zone. And it's a foot race for Baldy. As the Knights send it in. Scooped up by Posner. Posner sends it around the boards to Cash Johnson. Couldn't hold on to it. Comes back the other direction. Loose at the feet. Gales send it out into the corner. Chip it up. Comes out to the blue line. And Cash Johnson sends it out. Creel's got a foot race one-on-one. He's got Tritton with him. Shot. And goalie swallowed that one up. Davis wins it. Sends it back to Miller. Miller sends it over to the boards. Keep it in the zone. Comes out to Crochet. Crochet has it at the goal line. Sends it over to Davis. Davis couldn't hold on to it. It comes back the other direction. And they're going to wave off icing on that. Break out to Crochet. Crochet trying to hit Davis. Gets a player on the way out. Davis has it in the neutral zone. He's got Schaberta to his right. Dangles around. Comes out. Couldn't hold on to it. And Schaberta with the back check. Gales keep it in the zone. Davis and Crochet going for a change. Could have been too many men there. Schaberta brings it in. Shot through the legs. It's loose out front. Jennings crashes the net. Couldn't get a shot off. Martin. Shot just wide. Miller winds up. Shot goes over. And that is up and out of play. All right. Marsh, Jennings, Dunnigan, Evan Davis, and O'Hara. Marsh in for the faceoff. Two referees. Gales win it, but bouncing puck comes out into the neutral zone. Evan Davis is going to get there first. Sends it across to O'Hara. O'Hara hits Jennings. Jennings brings it into the zone. Dangles around. And loses it behind the goal line. Off the skate of Marsh. Comes back the other direction. Jennings battles. Gets in a hit. Set feet. Loose puck. And comes back the other direction. And the Knights will send it in. Picked up by O'Hara. Hard hit. O'Hara, both players go down. Marsh goes dump it in off the face mask of the other player. Jennings gets a hit in. Sends it up front. Almost to Dunnigan as he was coming through the slot. Schmier sends it up to Evan Davis. Evan Davis chips it in. Swanson forces him to send it. Baldy picks it up. Sends it out to Marsh. Marsh tries sending it back. Knights go for a defensive regroup. Swanson gets his body in there. Turns over. Tritton couldn't pick it up. Stepancic gets a hit in. And Baldy sends it in. The Gales need to tag up. Knights send it the other direction. Picked up by Baldy and chipped up in the neutral zone. Comes out to Stepancic. Couldn't field the bouncing puck. Tritton able to keep the zone. Cash Johnson comes in. Shot off the blocker and sent wide into the corner. Sends it over to Creel. Creel's got Stepancic in the center. Tries hitting him. Couldn't hold on to it. Couldn't get a shot off. It's at the feet. And Knights send it the other direction. They're saying it's tipped, no icing. As Poser goes back to pick that up behind the net. Sends it around to Baldy. Comes out to Johnson, actually. Johnson trying to hit Tritton. Didn't. Creel gets a hit in. Chipped up. Cash Johnson picks it up in the neutral zone. Miller tries hitting Creel. Stick was lifted, and that's going to be an icing. Davis, Johnson, Creel, Martin, and Miller calling Davis in for the faceoff. Gales win it. Martin brings it up through the center. Too many boys in the same spot. Gets sent back the other direction. And they're going to waive the icing on that one as well. Miller, first one to back. Miller's got space. He's going to bring it out to the right side. Put it on net. Loose out front. Knights clear the zone. Martin feeds it up. Hits the player's shin pads. Creel sends it in. And Johnson goes in. Couldn't hold on to it. Miller couldn't hold on to it. Miller sends it around the boards. Creel's going to get there first. Takes a hit. Loose out front. Davis has it. Dangles around the goal line. He's got Schiberta out front. Sends it. Schiberta gets a shot. Hits a player and goes out into the corner. Martin pitches up. Picked up by Davis. Davis sends it back deep. Hits the ref's skate. Schiberta. Crochet. Battling comes out into the neutral zone. Miller picks it up and sends it across to Schiberta. Couldn't hold on to it. Came up to his chest area, and he goes for a regroup. Martin out to Crochet. Crochet walks it in. He's got space. He's got Marsh out front. Couldn't get the pass off. Comes back up to O'Hara. Shot. Pass over to Schiberta. Couldn't connect. Schiberta has it. Shot. Hits a stick and goes up and over. Bouncing puck. Crochet couldn't get a shot off. Evan Davis gets a shot, though. Hits a skate. Hits a shin. Sent across into the center. It's loose at the feet out front. Picked up by Evan Davis. Evan Davis sends it back to Crochet. Crochet to Evan Davis. Couldn't hold on to it, though. Went through his feet. Evan Davis dumps it in. As Marsh goes on the forecheck. Knights send it around the boards. Jennings comes in. O'Hara with a shot. Goes wide. Knights send it around the boards again. And the Gales keep it in play. Marsh Gets into the corner. He's got Schubert out front. Sends it through. Schubert had already passed up the post. Evan Davis sends it back deep as the Gales continue with their changes. Dunnigan now comes on the ice for Schubert. Jennings and Dunnigan both going with a hit. Marsh has it, and he puts it back in the zone. And the Gales go for a change. Dunnigan and Jennings, the sole Gales out there right now. And change is completed. Tritton has it. Jennings leaves it for Dunnigan. Dunnigan's bringing it the other direction. Shot hits the skate and goes wide. Tritton tries to chip it to the blue line. He couldn't. Baldy wires it back. Tritton back out to Dunnigan. Dunnigan sends it across, tipped over to Aiden Posner. Posner with a goal in each game so far through round robin. And it's like cross-checking against the Knights. There was a good 2 or 3 minute shift there for the Knights. And the Gales are going to go on the power play. 4:56 remaining in the first period. Shots on net, 8-0 in favor of the Gales. Gales putting in the work, but Knights doing a good job of putting bodies through the shooting lane. All right, Swanson, Zupancic, Colin Davis, Martin, and Miller. Davis wins it back to Martin. Martin dangles around. Shot. Goal, Martin. And the Gales are up 1-0 with 4:50 remaining in the first period. Martin with a goal through the traffic. Knights couldn't hold on to the puck after the faceoff. Comes back the other direction. Gales chip it up out to Johnson. Johnson feeds it through the neutral zone. Picked up. Marsh goes in for a big hit. Knights have it in their zone. Chip it up. Couldn't be kept in and bouncing puck. Martin going to walk it up. He's got room. Fresh off a goal. Back out to Cash Johnson. Cash Johnson spins around. And he's going to bring it back the other direction. Sends it across the crease. No one there. Creel gets hit hard. It should have been a boarding. Creel getting tied up. All players okay over there on that side. Martin now sends it to Creel. Creel late coming back after getting tied up. Gale's going to go for change. Shot. Creel takes on the biggest kid on the ice. And that's going to be icing by the Knights. Gales couldn't come away with the faceoff win there. Knights couldn't hold on to it, though. Gales keep it in play. O'Hara walks it up. Sends it across. And Knights bring it back behind their own net. Couldn't hold on to the puck as it comes through. Chipped up by Crochet. It turned over to Schubert. Schubert the shot off the blocker and into the corner. Schubert trying to hit Tritton in the center. But picked up. Sent the other direction. Knights send it deep. Evan Davis picks it up. Sends it back over to O'Hara. O'Hara to Schubert. Schubert sends it across to Tritton. I'm sorry, to Pancic. No, Tritton. I was right the first time. Hit dodge there by Crochet. Crochet gets a tip of the stick in there. Baldy sends it up to Schubert. Tips it in the zone. Jennings comes in for support as well as Colin Davis. Jennings has it with Davis. I think he tried to hit Davis. He didn't skate backwards enough. Davis scoops it up. It's brushed by another player. Jennings goes in for a hit and takes him down. Davis with a hit along the boards. Battling along the blue line. Puck's coming back the other direction. Baldy's going to get that one first. Davis telling Jennings to stay high. Comes out to Jennings. Could hit it, but Dunnigan grabs it. He's going to walk it in. Puts it into the corner. Jennings keeps it in play. Him and Davis both working on the puck. Shot off the glove and wide. Send it back deep. Davis dodges a hit. And it's like Miller has it. Spins around. Sends it in. And Jennings is going to get there. Davis goes for a change. Sent back out through the front. Martin shot over the net. Miller sends it in deep. Hits a couple players in the process. And pucks in around the boards. Dunnigan's going to get there first. Sends it back deep. Martin couldn't hold it. Sends it back to Miller for a regroup. 1 minute left in the first period. Knights pick it up. But Martin sends it back. Bounces out through the front. Very close call there for the Gales. Not clearing the zone. Swanson battling through the neutral zone. Marsh gets stick on it over to Miller. Miller walks it, kicks it to himself. Shot. Hits the stick and up into the netting. Marsh into the faceoff. He's got Swanson and Spancic with him. Evan Davis winds up. Tipped out front. Another follow-up shot. Marsh sends it back around into the corner. Swanson approaches, comes back out to O'Hara. O'Hara shot. Again, they're stacking the box right in front of the net there. The Gales have been pretty aggressive on the forecheck and been doing a good job of getting changes in after establishing the zone. Knights player checked their own player, and that is the end of the first. Right. Money line kicking off second period with O'Hara and Evan Davis at the blue line. Fresh 15 minutes up on the board. Trittenden for the faceoff. Knights win that one. Chip it up into the zone. Picked up by Evan Davis. Sends it over to Creel. Creel to Johnson. Johnson shot off the glove and wide. Johnson takes a hit. Creel gets hit off with the puck. Comes out to Tritton. Tritton wires it back to Baldy. Baldy winds up. Shot and goalie able to hold on to that one. Goalie doing a good job for the Knights, keeping them in there. Gales need to be a little bit more creative. Try to get someone posted up on the backside of the net. On the backside of the goalie. Gales win the faceoff, send it back to Baldy. Baldy tried to send it back in, but couldn't. Chips it up, picked up, and defense regroups on the Knight side. Send it across. Baldy gets a hit in there, separates it from the puck. Creel sends it out to Baldy, a little high, couldn't feel it. Baldy able to regroup with that one, though, and sends it over to Posner. Out to Tritton. Tritton brings it into the zone. Shot. It's a stick and goes wide. Johnson battles, trying to get it to Tritton. Dumps it back to Tritton. Has that Creel out front. Couldn't hit him, though. And Miller sent it back deep. Martin as well now at the blue line. Creel gets hit with the clothesline. Comes back out. Schiberta gets sticking there to hold on to it. It's at his feet. Gets hit by two players. Creel still battling. Comes out to Miller. Miller shot. Pass loose out front. Schiberta holds on to it. Ships it around. Miller kicks it back in the zone. Schiberta goes in and pins him. And that's going to be icing. Faceoff coming back into the Gales' offensive zone. Boucher, Schiberta, Colin Davis, with Martin and Miller holding it down from the blue. 1-0 with 13:20 remaining. The only goal for the Gales so far by Martin from the blue line. Miller with a shot. Goes up and over. Schiberta sends it around. Back to Miller now. Miller sends it out to Davis. Ref's in the way. Davis brings it back the other direction. It's got Crochet out front. Shot. A goal! Davis to Crochet to give the Gales a 2-0 lead. Marsh, Dunnigan, Jennings, O'Hara, and Evan Davis now. 13:01 remaining in the second period. Knights win that one. Dunnigan, though, gets a stick lift and takes it the other direction. He's got Jennings in the center. Jennings trying to hit the point, comes out to O'Hara. There's going to be a delayed penalty as Schmier goes to the bench, just makes it, and does the long walk back to the net. It's like we're going to keep the same lines going into the power play. Correction. Baldy and Posner in on defense. Dunnigan, Jennings, and Marsh in for your forwards. Dunnigan picks up pucks off the face-off. Feet of Jennings. Trying to send it around the point. Might send it around the boards. Dunnigan picks it up. Trying to jump. Baldy has it now. Baldy shot. Off the body. Hits the stick and goes wide. Comes back around to the feet of Baldy. Baldy keeps it in. Sends it into the other corner. Marsh sends it around the boards. Jennings dingles around. Got a body on him. Comes back the other direction. Needs some support. Marsh coming in to help him. Need to get two players on the puck. He's pinned in the boards during a power play. You got three of them now, though. As Marsh backs up. Dunnigan has it loose. Gets a backhand shot. They try to clear. Baldy has it. Another shot hits the player and comes back to the neutral zone. And the Gales will go for a regroup. 1:01 remaining. That one picked up and sent the other direction. And the Knights are going to get to work. Posner able to hold on to it. He's got Baldy on the other side. Ball tips it in, gets to work, sends it across through the center. It's at the feet of Swanson. Cleared back to Martin. Puck out to Tritton. Tritton had to bring back the other direction. Spancic brings it in the zone. Shot, hits a stick, and up into the netting. 26 seconds left in the power play for the Gales. 11-11 remaining in the second period. Swanson sends Miller. Miller back to Swanson. Swanson walks it up. It's got Tritt out front. Goal! And the Gales go up 3-0 now. With 11:03 remaining in the second period. Swanson feeds it to Tritton. All right, fresh legs on the ice. Creel, Colin Davis, Johnson, Evan Davis, and O'Hara. Davis hit for the faceoff. 11:03 remaining. Davis wins it back to Davis. A little too much on that one. Davis picks up the pass from the Knights and sends it the other direction, neutral zone. It's a nice go for a regroup. O'Hara couldn't hold on to it. Comes back out to Davis. Davis, he's got room. If you're going to give him room, we'll take it. Davis brings it around. Shot. Over and wide. Puck comes back the other direction, and that's going to be an icing. All right. Baldy and Posner coming into the blue line. Creel picks up the puck in the corner, sends it back out. Tried to be cleared. Hits the skate of the referee. Davis battling back behind the net. Sends it over to Johnson. Johnson trying to hit Davis. Stuck at the feet. Davis couldn't hold on to it. Johnson has it. Brings it around through the center. Over to Creel. Creel trying to send it across. Davis gets sticking there. It comes back to Creel. Creel out to Johnson. Creel takes a hit. Davis out front. Shot. Creel taking some hits. Players keep on coming over to Creel. Looks like, not sure if they're going to assess any penalties here or if they're going to stay 5-on-5. Looks like we're going to stay 5-on-5. Goalie got tied up a little bit as they were hitting Creel onto him. And then Davis came in with a shove as Creel was being accosted in the crease. Gilberta, Marsh, Crochet with Baldy and Posner. Marsh sends it back to the blue line. Able to be kept in. Crochet's going to bring it back up. It's out to Gilberta out front. And Marsh tied up before he can get a shot off. The Knights bring back the other direction. Gales back checking. Baldy goes in for a hit. Separates it from the puck. Marsh has it. Wires it along the boards. Just out of reach of Posner. Posner poke checks it up. Able to hold on to it. Gilberta sends it over to the other D-man and sends it up. But just out of reach. Puck back in the neutral zone. Posner to Gilberta. Gilberta opts to send it deep in the zone. Gales need to be careful for tripping there. Martin in now, as well as Miller. Miller forces the turnover. Martin picks it up, brings it the other direction. He sends it over to Gilberta on the other side. Gilberta brings it in the zone. Back behind the net. It's pinned. Marsh comes in to support, couldn't get there in time. Jennings scoops it up and sends it back to Shiberta, puts it on net, hits the post, back behind the goal line. Miller walks up, hands it to Shiberta, sends it to Martin. Martin with one already, shot. It's a pad and goes wide. Dunnigan comes in now, tries to kick it up to himself, but couldn't get it. And Miller wires it in the other direction. Sends out to Jennings. Jennings hits Martin. Hits a player. Back to Martin. Martin sends it across. No one there. And that is going to be an icing. Nope. Oh, yeah, it is an icing. It waited a little bit for that one. All right. Face-off coming back into the Gales' offensive zone. Looks like we're going to have Dunnigan, Jennings, Tritton, as well as O'Hara and Evan Davis. Jennings sends it back to Evan Davis. Couldn't get there in time. Yeah, it's in the neutral zone. Comes out to O'Hara. O'Hara sends it up to the feet of Jennings, and it's in the zone. Davis comes in. Dunnigan approaches. Puck is airborne over the hand. Evan Davis now in the foot race. Evan Davis gets a stick in there and brings it around the other side. Chips it up off the glass. Tries to get there. And the Knights try to set up, but turned over as O'Hara brings it around. Up to Dunnigan. Dunnigan sends it over to Jennings now. Jennings through the zone. Brings it across. He's got Davis supporting. Davis comes in and brings it back behind the goal line. Puck at the feet of the Knights player. All three forwards in there now. Jennings needs to, and he backs up. Stay high here. Puck comes out. On the side of the circle. And looks like Davis is going to go to the box. So roughing. Player is a little too close to the it's like confusion here. It's like Jennings is going to the box. I could have sworn that was Davis. Should have been Davis. I think Davis issued an apology to Jennings. Gales are going on the penalty kill. Spancic takes the face-off, wins it, and Gales wire it. It's on net. Swanson comes in hot. Martin wires it in. 1:45 remaining in the penalty kill. Swanson comes in, forces a turn over. Stretch it up. They turned it over there. Picked up by Martin. Martin, again, wires it. Bouncing puck. Putting it on net. Trying to get another one. Martin with the first goal of the game. Stepancic has it. Couldn't get a stick lift in there. Back to the feet of Martin, and Martin, again, wires it. Sorry, folks, I'm spinning around, but Martin keeps sending it. Knights send it airborne. Bounce the puck over to Martin. Martin goes to wire it again. Bounce up front. And it comes over to Marsh. Marsh sends it up. Couldn't get enough on it. Shot. Wide. Comes back around. Reel comes in. 50 seconds left. Elbow to the head. Creel had it pinned at the blue line. And they're going to go ahead and call this one dead here with 34 seconds left in the penalty kill. It's like we're going to do the face-off. back in the Gales defensive zone. Marsh, O'Hara, Creel, and Evan Davis. Marsh in for the faceoff. Gales win it and clear it. Creel is going to get there first. Dodges a hit. Dodges another hit. And O'Hara gets a stick in there. Goes to clear it. Hits the feet of the player. O'Hara battling. And we're back to 5-on-5 play. Jennings goes on the ice as your third forward. Evan Davis staying high, as well as Creel back along the blue line. Knights go for a regroup. Through the neutral zone, set it across, and they walk it in. Shot off Gale and wide. Chip it over, but no one there. Jennings comes in with a hard hit. All clean. And they're going to go ahead and call him tripping. Lots of fun going on here. Lots of extra action on the ice. Let's see how they want to call this one. It's going to be a lot going on here. Jennings back in for another 2 minutes for roughing. See if they're going to assess anything else. The lone stick. Gale's defensive zone. And the rest go to confer. Looks like the helmet of one player was removed on the Knights. Don't know if it was by a Gale or whether it was by the ref is. Coach is yelling at the ref now. And looks like the coach is going to be sent off the bench. As the coach does the walk of shame back out to the locker room. As he threw his own team's hockey sticks on the ice. All right. Trying to see how they're going to assess this. They had 2 minutes up. Jennings is in the box. See how you can do this. Jennings was in the box. They had 2 minutes up on the board. They pulled the 2 minutes off. Jennings is still there. There will be at least one penalty. Gales are going to have, I believe, a 2 minute. Looks like, they threw a major. Let's go up here and see the fireworks. They had a major up on the boards for the Knights for a second, then pulled that off. Gales have 5 skaters on the ice right now. As you can see, 4:07 remaining in the second period. Shots on net, 17-3 in favor of the Gales. 4 players on the ice for the Knights. As the Knights coach heads to the bar after breaking his whiteboard and throwing his team's sticks on the ice. All right, so they're throwing 2 minutes up there now. Jennings still in the box. He will be in there. I believe Knights will be getting a bench minor for the coach, his actions, as he got in the face of the referee and whispered sweet nothings, I'm sure. So 2 players are heading there for Kern County, 1 player for the Gales. So it looks like it's going to be a power play. Looks like they're going to put Jennings and one other player in there, offsetting, give them a little timeout. And, well, maybe not. Going to just hold here a little bit, let them work out the arithmetic. So it's like the penalty box for the Gales door opened, and the box minder said, looks like one more as we try to get this all worked out. Some of these, let's see here, Miller talking to the referees. Miller coming in to relay the news. All right, looks like the faceoff is going to be in the Gales' offensive zone. One of the big ones for the Knights was the bench minor from the coach. So we have 4 Knights players on the ice, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Gales. All right, looks like O'Hara is going to head to the box as well. Jennings and O'Hara in. Gales will have 5 skaters, and the Knights will have 4, I believe. I don't know. They may want one more for the bench minor. It looks like so 3 players in the box. So it'll be 2 and 2 for the initial infraction, and then they want bodies in there for the bench minor. So you're going to be 5-on-4. Tritton going to kick off the face-off for the power play. Couchet, Shiberta, as well as Baldy. No, it's going to be 5-on-3, sorry. And Posner, Baldy and Posner at the blue line. All right, Baldy walks it up, sends it back over to Posner. Sends it over to Tritton. Tritton lobs it over to Baldy. Sorry, folks. Back to Tritton. Shot through the crease. Just need to get a stick in there. Baldy sends it over to Posner. Shot off the glove and goes just wide. A lot of the background noise here are the Penalties being called out. 1:25 remaining in the 5-on-3. Puck comes out to Posner. Out to Baldy. Shot just to the left of the net. Tritton has it. Sends it back to Baldy. Sees it on the backside. Out to Tritton. Shot. Wide. Goes back out to Tritton. Shot up front. Tipped. Player goes down for the Knights. Looks like got hit with the puck. Comes back out to Baldy, who has it. Shot off the face mask of the goalie and goes wide. Shea goes in. Sends it over to Schiberta. Schiberta back up to Posner. 45 seconds left. Posner takes it right. Backhands it over to Tritton. Schiberta comes in to provide some support. Great wraparound goal. And covered by the goalie. 33 seconds remaining in the power play. Another player now going into the box. Not sure. And I'm not sure what's going on now. O'Hara is now heading to the bench instead of the box. It's a lot of confusion here from the melee. All right, Davison to the faceoff. He's got Sapancic with him. Knights bring it the other way and wire it to the other side of the ice. Not sure what's happening with miscommunication there. Miller and Martin in on defense. Miller sends it to Martin. Martin brings it in the zone. Sends it back to Miller. Miller back to Martin. Lobs it over to Sapancic. Couldn't get enough of that one. Comes back out and couldn't hold at the blue line. Comes back out here. And we are now 2 players come out. We have, not sure what's going on. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Knights players. And we still have 3:43. There's a major penalty. Looks like we have too many men on the ice for the Knights. When they came out of the box and did a change up here, we still have 3:34 remaining in the major penalty. Gonna change up the lines here for your forwards. Looks like Marsh, Johnson, and Creel. Knights. Refs having a hard time getting some sorted out. I think it was fairly clear from the melee, and then with the coach adding more. Don't know if they put in 1 or 2 for that. All right, and they took the major off. Now they have 4. Not sure what's happening here. All parties are confused right now. Miller sends it over to Creel. Creel couldn't get a shot off. Brings it back to Martin. Martin back to Miller. Miller walks it up, sends it across to Creel, just out of reach though. Creel scoops it up and sends it back to Martin. Holds it at the blue line. Miller. Johnson getting bodied in front of the crease. Sorry, not Johnson, Marsh. Shot, Cash Johnson, and swallowed up by the goalie. Looks like they're going to manage the. They're going to manage the remaining time on the clock on penalties at the box. Gales win it. Comes back to O'Hara. O'Hara sends it back down low. Cash Johnson picks it up. Back to O'Hara. Shot off the knee of a Knights player. Turned over by the Knights. Walked back up by Cash Johnson, trying to get a shot off, but cleared. Schmier will hang out back behind the goal line and leave it there for Evan Davis. Evan Davis. Uh-oh, turnover on the bad reception of the pass. Evan Davis sends it out to Shiberta. Shiberta leaves it for Tritton. Tritton to Johnson. Sends it back around to O'Hara. O'Hara couldn't get there in time. It's come back the other direction. As Evan Davis's back check. Glove save. Up. We wanted to leave it, but they blew the whistle. 17.4 seconds remaining in the second period. Gales up 3-0. All right, box empty for Kern County. Still have 4 players. Maybe they need 5. I think it's 5-on-5. So who's... All right, 5-on-5. Face-off in the Gales' defensive zone. Written in for the face-off. Chips it up to the feet of Johnson. Johnson gets it to Dunnigan. Sorry, that was Baldy, not Johnson. Crochet sends it in deep. Comes back around, picked up by Dunnigan. Dunnigan sends it across. Shot just over the net. Shot from Tritton. And that'll be it for the second period. So hands it to Shiberta. And it's over on net. And goalie covers. Davis, Pancic, Shiberta, Baldy, and Posner. Shiberta has it, sends it out, but picked up as on its way to Baldy. Baldy chips it up the boards. Davis undercuts and separates them. Battling along the boards here. Comes out the other direction. Little scrum behind the net here, behind the play. Davis couldn't hold on to it. It set his feet. Spancic chips it back behind the goal line. Spancic trying to hit Davis. Picked up on his way over. Boys need to be careful here. Boys have a game tomorrow if provided things hold. Martin able to keep it in and sends it back down into the corner. Yales have a game tomorrow for the championship game, provided it holds. Shot, loose out front, cleared by the Knights. Miller comes up, Sends it across to Zapancic. Couldn't hold on to that one. Chips back to the blue line. Martin walks the line. Brings it up. Martin with one goal already. Shot. Loose out front. Martin still playing up as a forward. Comes out to Miller. Miller brings it up. Feeds it over to Martin. Shot. Past Johnson. It's loose still. Another shot. Up and into the netting. Stop the play. All right. Face off. Hard hit by, who's that? Marsh. Marsh, Creel, and Johnson. Puck comes back out to Miller. 13:09 remaining. Miller feeds it up to Creel. Creel gets it in deep. And Marsh is going to be the first Gale there. Goes around the other side of the net. Comes out to Miller. Gales do not want anything that would prevent them from playing the next game. Comes out to Marsh. Marsh sends it around the net. Johnson gets a hit. And the Knights bring it the other direction. Picked up by Marsh. Marsh wires it back into the corner. Creel takes a hit behind the net. And a shove after the fact. Held in by Martin. Martin's going to walk it up. Martin brings it around. Sends it over to Miller. Miller sends it through the center, but picked up. And Kern County is going to head to the box for tripping. Fresh legs coming up for offense and defense for your forwards and defensemen. We have Crochet, Tritton, Swanson, as well as Evan Davis and O'Hara. Tritton in for the faceoff. What comes out to O'Hara. O'Hara sends it back up to Swanson. Swanson brings it through the center. Shot off the blocker and up and into the netting. First off to play. Jennings still in the box. Looks like they gave him a 10. Gales won the faceoff. Send it back to the blue line. Evan Davis. Shot. Loose. And it comes out to Tritton. Tritton couldn't hold on to it and chipped up and out around O'Hara. Back behind the Gales goal line. Schmier leaves it for O'Hara. He's got Crochet in the neutral zone. Crochet tried to hit Swanson, but ends up hitting Tita Tritton en route. Davis picks it up to O'Hara. O'Hara back to Evan Davis. Gales miscommunication here. Evan Davis hits Swanson. Swanson dekes around. Brings it in the zone. Gets hit along the boards. Comes back out to O'Hara. O'Hara walks it up. Shot. Loose out front. O'Hara with another shot. And sent wide with a glove. Comes back out to Evan Davis. Shot. Off a player's helmet and almost went in their own net. Knights wind up and send it the other direction. 44 seconds left. Not sure. They blew the whistle. They're probably going to do the face-off back on the other side as a result, if holds true. Yep, they're going to bring it back to the other side. Seen this before where refs blew the whistle during the penalty kill and they brought it back into the other zone as a result. The Gales are going to have to take a face-off unnecessarily in the defensive zone. Gilberta, Colin Davis, Posner, Baldy, and Dunnigan. Davis brings it back around, trying to send it over to Posner. Posner's going to bring it back around the net with 35 seconds left in the power play. Puck comes out to Shiberta. The backside couldn't hold on to it. They wire back behind their own net. Dunnigan's going to pick that up, keep it in play. Back to Shiberta. He's got Davis up high. Puck comes back out to the blue line. Baldy holds it. Davis scoops it up. Davis couldn't get enough on that for a shot. 8 seconds left on the power play. Up to Dunnigan. Dunnigan brings it across the blue line. We're back to 5-on-5 play. The door is open. Saved by the Knights. It comes back the other direction. Martin sends it the other direction. Davis has it at the feet of the ref. Davis frees back the other direction and sends it in on, not on net, but enough to keep it moving. Puck comes back out to Martin. Couldn't hold on to it as it bounced off the stick. Martin reverses it. Brings it across the goal line. Sorry, the blue line. Backhand. Spancic was right there. Couldn't get the stick in time. Marsh holds it at the blue line. Kicks it up. Spancic puts it in deep. Puck comes back around. Bouncing puck. And Martin's got Miller there for relief. And Miller sends it to Zupancic. That should have been, nope, should have been an icing. 9:13 remaining in the third period. Puck comes up to the Knights, just out of reach of Martin. Martin chips it up to Zupancic. Sorry, folks. Comes back up to the feet of Miller. Couldn't hold it. He backhands it across to Martin. Martin will send it. Hits the stick. Could have been icing, but I think it hurt the stick. O'Hara brings it up from the blue line. Sends it across. Loose up front. Shot. Zupancic. And goalie diving save. Cash Johnson working around along the boards. Marsh now coming in for support. It's loose in the corner. And at the feet of Cash Johnson. Knight send it around to Evan Davis. And Davis walks it up. Shot. Left of the net. O'Hara sends it back into the corner. Zupancic couldn't hold on to that one as it comes around the boards. Evan Davis is going to walk up. Couldn't hold on to it. And puck comes the other direction. O'Hara able to keep it alive. Zupancic walks it up. Shot. Hits the goalie's pad and goes up and over. And they're going to put Zupancic in the box. He's going to join Jennings, who's finishing up his 10-minute. And see if they're going to do, they're going to do a 2 and a 10 now, I believe, for Zupancic. As Gale's going the penalty kill. Zupancic will finish up the game in the box. 7:57 remaining. Shot off the goalie and up. Center for the faceoff wasn't quite ready for it. The ref was quick to get this game over with and go home, and I do not blame him, as it's getting a little late. Zupancic, sorry, Boucher in. Posner, loose at the feet. Posner scoops it up, has it along the boards, chips it up, couldn't clear the blue line, tipped wide inadvertently. Ball is going to get there, and that's another one in the netting. Gale's just needing to clear this. 1:27 remaining in the third. Sorry, not in the third. 7:23 in the third. 1:27 in the penalty kill. Creel in there for the kill as well. Gale's winning it back into their defensive zone. Posner chips it up and over, and Gale's hoofing it down. Shea gets a hit in, so it was Creel. Goes off the skate of Creel. Boucher gets a stick lift in there and comes back the other direction. Creel trying to tap it down to himself as the Knights go for a regroup. Work on the breakout. Comes across, hits skate. Gales trying to get the zone cleared here, and Boucher wires it down with 40 seconds left in the penalty kill. Knights trying to find a passing lane, almost picked up by Shiberta. Swanson gets a stick in there to keep it in the neutral zone. Swanson gets a hit in. They have it in the center, lose it though. Shiberta brings it across to the neutral zone, and Swanson putting pressure on, forcing him to pass it across. No one's there. Shiberta lost the stick. Davis comes in for him. Miller gets a hit in there. Goes out front. Miller has it at his feet, chips it up and out. Still up, not in play. Marsh comes in. We're back to 5-on-5 play. As the Knights go for a change. Martin brings it up. He has the first goal of this game. Takes a hit. Miller keeps it in play. Drops it back to Swanson. Swanson gets a shot, but hits the leg. Looks like we're going to go with slashing here. There's sticks all over the ice. See how they're going to call this. It's like Swanson's going to head to the box for slashing, and it's going to come back into the Gales' defensive zone. It's like Evan Davis, O'Hara, Colin Davis, and who? Let's see here. Jennings, fresh out the box. He's going to help out with the forwards. Davis in for the faceoff. Davis wins it, brings it back behind the net, sends it around. Couldn't clear though. Needs to bring that high. Shot hits Jennings, comes out into the neutral zone with 1:49 remaining. Jennings picks it off, got his feet. Need to clear it, and they do. And Davis is going to get to work. Send it around. O'Hara picks it back up to Jennings. Jennings sends it in. And Davis is going to head in, keep him pressed in the zone. Pass off the leg of Jennings and stays in play for the Gales. Davis has it, sends it back behind, or back to the goal line. They're both up a little high. Pass was up into the head area of their own team, and they send it deep. Evan Davis is going to get there first, wires it around to Colin Davis. Davis puts a hit along the boards. Davis has it. Hit to the head of Davis. Colin Davis presses, comes back to the other side. Tipped up, and no goal. No goal. Davis gets in a hit, but they're going to put him in the box. Not sure what they got him for. Let's see here. All right. 48 seconds left. See Davis in the box. Not sure what they called it. We got tied up. Looks like another player went in the box. And they've been shoving on both sides. Refs really aren't putting up with much here, but the Gales, it's like it's going to stay on the penalty kill 5-on-4 as 19 for the Knights and 75 for the Gales. They're going to take a 2-minute break. Faceoff's going to come back into the Gales defensive zone. Looked like it might have been a goal. Not sure, but the ref did not call it, as the Gales have been on the receiving end of that one many times. It's like we have Kern back behind the net there. It did go in. 4:05 remaining in the third period. Davis penalty puts them, see if they're going to do, let's see, 5 on 4 or 4 on 3. It's like 5 on 4, as the penalty for Davis and number 19 will offset each other, and they're going to chill for a little bit. Baldy backhands it up and out. It's like slashing. Gales send it off the pads of the goalie. Johnson's going to get there first, keeps a hold of it. Knights bring it the other direction, chip it around. Baldy's going to get there. Chips it up, couldn't get it to Johnson. It comes back around. No one's there. They go to send it deep, picked up by Baldy, and Baldy brushes him off. Sends it to Posner, back to Baldy, and Baldy's going to get it cleared here. Stepancic, Tritton helps it along. Swanson out of the box now. We're back to 5 on 5. Tritton brings it across. Shot. Flubs up and over. Marsh sends it around to waiting Cash Johnson. Gets pressed. And he's just going to hold on to this one. 3 minutes even. Miller and Martin now in on defense. Johnson at his feet takes a hit to the head. And they're going to call that one. Cross check. Gale's going to go on the power play now. Weird how the clock's working here. 75 and 19. One for each team. Both went in same time. One's at 44, one's at 45. Johnson, Marsh. Not sure what the rest went. Talk to the boys in the box. Knights bring it around. Martin separates it. Comes back out to Tritton. He's got Martin with him. Shot. Tritton off the blocker. Comes back out to the corner. It's back out to the blue line. Miller sends it back around. Knights couldn't hold on to it. Cash Johnson's got the space, but it hits a stick. And shot, and it goes up into the netting. All right, Tritton in for the faceoff. Late change, not sure what happened there. Martin shot, goal. That's 2 for Martin. Martin will make it 4-0 with 2:15 remaining. All right. Looks like we're going to start the face-off here with Crochet, Creel, Shiberta, Evan Davis, and O'Hara. Crochet takes a hit to the head. Knights get a pass across the other direction. Not sure why Colin hasn't come out of the box. Back up to Evan Davis. Evan Davis feeds it up to Creel. Creel brings it in the zone. Goes ding around, hits the skate. Tries to chip it back up to Evan Davis. Gets hit in the process. A few too many Gales in the same spot. Davis is still in there. Not sure what they call him for then. Creel couldn't get a shot off. Comes out through O'Hara. Shot. Goes wide of the net. Bounced up. Creel trying to field it. Couldn't. Shiberta tries to get a shot off. Creel comes in. Leaves it for Evan Davis. Evan Davis gets a shot. Goes back to his stick. Out to Shiberta. Shiberta could not get a shot off there. Feeds it out. Crochet's got it right in the crease, but poked out. Knights kick it out. Evan Davis winds up. Shot off the post and out into the corner. Comes back out to the blue line again. Shiberta's going to, it's not Shiberta, sorry. Crochet's going to go in for a rest. Loose on the other side, no one there. Shiberta with a stick on it. Looks like Davis is just going to stay there the rest of the game. Real gets hit off the puck. Evan Davis grabs it and wires it in deep. Jennings goes in for a hit. It's the ref on its way through. 32 seconds left. Evan Davis sends it out to Dunnigan. Dunnigan and Jennings now working with Shiberta still on the ice. Dunnigan takes a hit. Shiberta tries to wrap it around. Couldn't. Shiberta goes in for a hit. Jennings pulls a hit. It's a feat of Aiden Posner. And Gales will regroup. 13 seconds left. Posner's going to bring it in. So Baldy. Baldy wires it back in and not sure what they're going to call now. 8.5 seconds left. Davis is going to come out of the box. Okay, both players came out, 19 and 75, just in time for the end. Faceoff's going to come back into the neutral zone, just outside the Gales' defensive zone. 8.5 seconds remaining. Gales up 4-0. Shots on net, 31-4 in favor of the Gales. Tritton, Dunnigan, and Jennings with Baldy and Posner wrap this one up. There's no shenanigans after the game here. 2 seconds. And Gales are going to hold on to it. And that's it. Gales are going to head to the championship game tomorrow at 11 a.m. All right, folks. Thank you for watching. And we will see you tomorrow for the game. Hopefully we can get the Wi-Fi situation worked out. We'll be talking to the front office here, so we are ready to go.